When it comes to making and selling fully electric cars, there is no close competition to Tesla. However, it looks like BMW finally realized the importance of electrification for its future. And now, check out all new electric BMW models coming soon. BMW iX1. The new BMW iX1 will be based on a modified version of the mechanical foundations utilized in the new 1 Series and X2. As a result, the engine choices will most likely be comparable to what is available for those vehicles. The heart of the lineup should consist of petrol and diesel models with a few hybrid choices. The current X1 xDrive 25e plug-in hybrid combines an electric motor with a 220 horsepower petrol engine. It offers an electric range of up to 350 miles. These statistics may improve with the introduction of the next model. An all-electric BMW iX1 is also in the works, yet it's unlikely to debut with the new BMW X1. The pricing for the all-new BMW X1 is expected to start at about $40,600, the same as the existing model, with the plug-in hybrid and all-wheel drive options costing a little bit more. BMW has not yet announced a release date, but it will probably arrive in dealerships by 2022. BMW i4. The BMW i4 will be available as standard in a rear-wheel drive version known as eDrive 40, with a starting price of $56,395, roughly the same as a 6-cylinder M340i. It features a 335 horsepower electric engine in the back and an 81.5 kilowatt-hour battery pack with an estimated driving range of 300 miles. It's set to hit 60 miles per hour in 5.7 seconds. The i4 comes standard with 18-inch wheels, while 19-inch wheels are available as an option. BMW i4 M50. The M50, a more powerful M-badged version of the i4, begins at $66,895, a few $1,000s less than the gas-powered M3. It gains 536 horsepower and 586 pound-feet of torque by adding a front electric motor for all-wheel drive. This should make it much faster than the rear-wheel drive model, with BMW claiming a 3.9-second acceleration to 60 miles per hour. Its battery pack is the same as that of the 40 models, and BMW expects it to have a shorter range, with the preliminary estimates of 240 miles. It comes standard with adaptive dampers and variable ratio steering and 19-inch alloys, with 20-inch wheels available as an option. BMW i3. During the i3 upgrade, BMW revised the sculpting of the front apron and introduced the M Sport design elements as a standard item, providing 19-inch wheels, a sport steering wheel, and distinctive front and rear fascias. The most visible modifications are on the exterior, with a more prominent kidney grille and a redesigned front and rear lighting. Because the iX3 debuted so recently, the drivetrain will remain unchanged, providing 281 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque via a single motor positioned at the rear axle and drawing power from an 80 kilowatt-hour cycle. This isn't an all-wheel drive model, but the mediocre performance combined with a 0 to 62 mile/hour launch time of 6.8 seconds is adequate for a 286-mile WLTP range. The interior has been updated with a new 12.3-inch instrument cluster, a 12.3-inch infotainment screen, and a redesigned center console housing the BMW controller and the gear selector lever. BMW iX xDrive 50. In the beginning, the BMW iX will only be available in one configuration in the United States. The xDrive 50 promises to have an all-wheel drive with a total output of 516 horsepower from 2 electric motors in the front and in the rear. Its battery pack is 105.2 kilowatt bigger than the primary i4's, but its range estimate of 300 miles is the same. BMW says that it will reach 60 miles per hour in 4.6 seconds. It only has 2 rows of seats, each with a capacity for 5 passengers. BMW claims a sportier and more powerful iX M60 is underway, but no specifics have been released. All we know is that it will have more than 600 horsepower, look different, and have chassis improvements. We also believe its price will rise into the 6-figure range. The iX starts at $84,195, which places it between the 6-cylinder and V8 variants of the 3-row X7 gas SUV, although the iX is smaller in size than the X5. BMW i7. The BMW iX SUV comes with a massive 100 kWh battery pack, and there is a good possibility that a similarly sized battery will be offered on the bigger i7. You will also be able to charge the new i7 at 200 kW public fast chargers. This means you'll be able to rapidly add a few additional miles of range to enable you to get home without a long charging session. Depending on the battery size, the BMW i7 should go a long distance between chargers. 435 miles is expected to be comparable to the forthcoming Mercedes EQS. The i7, like that vehicle, is expected to have a range of power outputs, with speedier models likely to include all-wheel drive. The upcoming i7, like the existing BMW 7 Series, should have enough interior space for passengers and their baggage. A longer model with more excellent rear seat leg space is also on the way. The BMW i7 will join the i3, iX3, and i4 vehicles in the company's lineup, with BMW aiming to have at least 25 electrified cars on the market within the next 3 years. These will not all be completely electric vehicles. Instead, some will be mild and plug-in hybrids. The BMW i7 will be fully unveiled by the end of 2021, although it won't be available in dealerships until 2022. Because electric vehicles are often costlier than their gasoline and diesel-powered counterparts, the BMW i7 will almost certainly cost more than the standard BMW 7 Series, with the prices starting at $115,100. BMW iX3. The BMW iX3 is an all-electric variant of X3 SUV, as the name implies. While it was developed and manufactured primarily for the Chinese market, BMW believes it's a worldwide product, making sense given its on-trend SUV form. Its 74 kWh battery pack is set to provide 279 miles of range, a 282 bhp, 295 pound-feet of torque electric engine provides fairly brisk performance, while internal passenger capacity remains unaltered from the standard X3. It's still based on the slightly compromised CLAR design, so it lacks the packaging benefits of group-up EV competitors like the Mercedes EQ and Audi e-tron. The new iX3 must serve as an even more significant market segment than the high-end iX. We anticipate a more excellent range of battery capacities and power outputs to follow. It's priced at $119,500. BMW i8M. The plug-in hybrid powertrain of the i8M is expected to be similar to that of the current i8, with an electric motor driving the front wheels and a mid-mounted gasoline engine and an electric motor controlling the rear wheels. In place of the i8 turbocharged 1.5-liter 3-cylinder gas engine, BMW says the new vehicle will have a turbocharged 4-cylinder one. The company also claims a total system output, gas and electric power combined, of 591 horsepower, which is a lot more than the i8's 369 horsepower output. This improved engine will allow the i8M to compete against such competitors as the Acura NSX, Polestar 1, and even Lexus LC500H. We hope BMW tackles the i8's problematic entrance and egress by providing the new vehicle with front hinge doors and a lower side sill to make the interior more accessible. The i8M, like the present model, will be BMW's playground for future style with innovative materials, cutting-edge technologies, and eye-catching aesthetics. Storage and freight capacity will most certainly remain restricted, although the front trunk may emerge to offer extra baggage room. The starting price is $160,000. BMW i12. The Vision M Next concept foreshadowed this vehicle, which will be the successor for the i8. The restyled but otherwise evolutionary mid-engine coupe retains the plug-in hybrid architecture, although with a more powerful 340 horsepower 2-liter 4-cylinder coupled to a beefed-up 150 kilowatt electric motor. The suspension will be completely redesigned for improved handling. In the long run, this flagship or something similar will very likely be all electric. According to some sources, the M division is in charge of the project. This will result in a stunning, low-drag all-wheel drive two-seater with a powerful 500 kilowatt propulsion system and 135 kilowatt-hour battery pack that does not include rare earth metals. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out these videos shown on your screen right now.